Hey, it's that weekend again, football, I guess. It's the Week 7 matchup between the Rams and 49ers, and this is going to be a tough game. It's going to be a difficult game. We're going up against the Kings right now of the NFC West. I mean, that's who they are. They're on the top of the division, and they're a good team. Although last week they did struggle against Denver, and um, and but here's is it possible that we can win this game? Sure, we can win it. The odds are clearly stacked against us, though. But you ever hear the expression "any given Sunday"? Um, that usually means that anything can happen, and so it. But this is what we need to do in order to win that game or have a chance at it. We have to not turn the ball over. Ball security is top as one of the top things we must do in this game. Secondly, we have to be able to run the football. Keep that other offense off the field. Keep Jared Goff and Todd Gurley off the field. This way it gives our defense a lot of rust, and plus it keeps the game close. Um, and then when it comes to the other part of the team, the defense part of the team, our defense has to come up big in this game. It has to play good. They have to play good because if they don't, if we see the same things that we've seen in past weeks, sloppy tackling, um, not bringing enough pressure on the quarterback, blown coverages downfield, penalties, a lot of penalties, we will lose. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to lie. We will lose if those things happen. If our defense looks like it has the past weeks that we've seen it, we will lose the game. Because I believe that the reason why we're 1-5, it's not because of our offense. Our offense has been putting the points up on the board like they're supposed to. They put those points up there. 27, 30 points, that's sufficient enough to win a football game. The reason why we've been losing is because of the lack of defense. And it just sticks out there like a sore thumb. That is the reason. Um, so I think that's the defense has to play well. And the Rams could be due for a loss. Because what happens is when a team wins a lot of games, they start to have these kind of games where they barely squeak out of it. Like their game against Denver, they weren't all that impressive in that game. They kind of squeaked out of there. And usually when a team wins a lot of games and they start having these games where they just barely squeak out of there, that's usually a sign that they're due for a loss, and the loss is coming up soon for them. And this game could be a trap game for them. I mean, you're going into another team's home stadium. They have nothing to lose. Nobody's counting on them to do anything. And then you have a Rams team that has things on the line. They're competing with other teams in the conference. As far as seeding goes, home field advantage, making the playoffs, all those things. That's what they're playing for right now. The Rams, 49ers at this point, I'm sure that some of them have this little dream in their head that they can somehow make it to the playoffs. But I mean, if you look at the scenario and you look at the chances, it just doesn't look really good on us right now. But you have to go out there every Sunday and you have to play with pride. I mean, you come across a team that looks like, that's really tough. You have to go out there and you have to perform. Play with pride. Play uh, play for a better future for your team. Just go out there and play. And I tell you, if the 49ers could pull off a win against the Rams, even with their 1-5 record, they would be the talk of sports morning shows. I mean, like these ESPN morning shows and stuff like that. if they pull off an upset win against the Rams, you better believe there'll be a lot of talk about that, because absolutely nobody's giving the 49ers a chance in this game. But, I'm a realist, and I really do believe that the odds are clearly stacked against us. I'm just saying that's what you have to do. You have to run the ball. You have to not turn the ball over, and you have to play the best defense you possibly can. That's all the Niners really can do. Um, that's what they're going to have to do. And I think it's possible they could do that. Um, but we'll see. Um, um, I say a lot that our team isn't going to make the playoffs. I'm not. It's not like I'm trying to be, gloomy or grim or anything like that about our team. But I'm a realist, and I just see things for what they are. And the playoffs look like they're out of reach. I mean, for the 49ers to make the playoffs, three things would have to happen. The Rams would have to lose out. The Seahawks would have to lose out. And we would have to win out. And, that's. I mean, there's a really small percentage chance that could happen, but it's a very, very small chance that could happen. I mean, we're not mathematically, officially, um, you know, out of the playoffs. There's still that small percentage chance, but that's all it is just a small percentage chance. And you just have to root for your team. You just gotta wait and see what happens. I think it's possible they could pull off a win, um, but they got to do those things that I mentioned. And but I'm happy about where we're going with this team. I mean, yes, the record doesn't look nice, but I've seen good things in certain areas. I think our running game has been looking good. I'm excited about Matt Breida. Um, our offensive line is starting to play better, and I did see some flashes of good things from our defense, although there's still a lot that has to be cleaned up. And so there's some good things on the horizon, but we'll see what happens. This game is going to be a difficult game today. It's they're going to be in for you know see because of the way the defense has been playing, sloppy tackling and all that. I don't believe that we can beat the Rams in a shootout. I don't believe that C.J. Beathard can beat Jared Goff in a shootout. Jared Goff is more of a seasoned veteran than C.J. Beathard is. Okay, Jared Goff is more of a seasoned veteran. He's played longer. He's won more games. He's played in a playoff game. So, he's a remarkable quarterback. I'll admit that. So I think that if the defense doesn't play well, and C.J. Beathard has to get in a shootout with Jared Goff, I don't think that C.J. Beathard will win that contest. I mean, last week he got into a shootout with Aaron Rodgers, and then there was that one point in the game where he made a bad judgment, and it cost the 49ers the game. So, that's how it's going to have to be. They're just going to have to come out there, and they're going to have to play hard. Now, even with the team and the situation that it's in, 1-5, I still root for my team to win. Because a win is something that you can build on. I mean, when teams win games, it's to make the playoffs and stuff like that, win your division and stuff. But even if you don't, you play to win, and you win the game so you can build on something. I would have worn my. I was going for the video. I was going to wear my. I have a jersey that's because I wasn't really sure what kind of jerseys the 49ers were going to wear today, because the game with the Rams was supposed to be a night game, And I heard that the 49ers were supposed to wear those white throwback jerseys. I would have worn one for the video. It's a Jimmy G one. I would have wore it for the video, but I wasn't sure whether they were going to wear those jerseys or not today. But I wore this one, Reuben Foster. I wore this one because, you know, they're going to need a big day from this guy here. They're going to need a really big day from him because he's the guy that's going to be trying to stop Todd Gurley. So, yeah, so it's going to be a tough game. But if they can do those things that I mentioned, you know, they could make the game close and maybe have a chance. You know, but like I said, you know, because if they turn the ball over and they don't play very good defense and we don't get a running game going, they're going to destroy us. It'll be a blowout against us. I mean, I'm not talking negative about my team. I'm just pointing out the facts of what could happen if you don't take care of those things. I think we can do that. We just have to stay focused and really be involved in what we're doing out there. And that's all I want to say. I'll do a video, after today's game, a victory or defeat video, or my thoughts on the game. So everybody take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye. I'll talk to you later today.